Hi. Blind Guy Garage. It's a little chilly. It's not bad. I did this mainly to prevent scratches because, you know, I've been working on cars a little bit and they tear you up a little more. I don't know what it is with car manufacturers. They love to make all their plastics really sharp. It's like they make plastic razor blades. What we have here is a pretty high-end Exmark. And everything seems to be good on it, except it won't charge the battery. And this person's not running the blower cover, but it's a water-cooled engine. And it didn't have fans on it to begin with, I don't think, on the blower side of things. And this is a Kawasaki, or Wakisaki, as I like to say, because they do a lot of weird stuff. She's fuel injected, water cooled, woo, bells and whistles, you know, ding ding, okay. But it's a very complicated machine. As you can see, we got some John Deere-esque kind of things going on. But the voltage regulator is right here. Now, he said that they said they put a new one on it, which they very well could have, because it's sitting over on the hood of that mower. Upon doing some testing, our stator is putting out 30 volts, but it's a 3-wire, and all 3 wires are AC. So that means we probably have a pretty complicated voltage regulator. So I was right. Almost tripped over that. Upon further inspection, we have a 8-wire voltage regulator. This is the one that was on it. The new one, however, is a little thicker. The bolts are not as long. That thing is not the easiest to get to. You have to be somewhat ambidextrous. You have to be able to use both hands. And you may want to take this off, this little panel. I don't like taking stuff apart that I don't have to take apart, because it kind of helps prevent, sorry I hit y'all with this, it helps to prevent other damage. You never know when that stuff is ready to break and you just moved it to take it apart and you broke, and now you got way more work, more cost, that kind of stuff. This one is not made exactly like the one that I got, but the one that I got seemed bigger. But we had all the 8 wires here. It plugged right in. It is, according to the original part number, the correct part. But Kawasaki wants over $200 for this thing. This one was on the replacement one that I bought is not like this, but it is that one that's currently bolted on. What was it, like $58? We'll go ahead and risk the biscuit on that one. The customer was totally cool with that. But all right, so the way you test these, I wanted to go into that real quick. The way you test these, not what it sounds like if I say that too quickly. You go, there's 3 wires. Typically they're yellow, and they come out from behind your flywheel right there. See that? I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm trying to see what y'all see, but I can't see, so that doesn't help me see anything. Those wires. So you get a multimeter, you'll start the machine, it should run. If not, you got to charge your battery, make it run. You get your multimeter, turn it over to the squiggly line thing, have 2 decimals, 2 digits to the left of the decimal. So then you can start the machine, and you should see AC voltage across 2 of the 3 wires on that. Most of them are 2-wire, sometimes they're 3-wire, sometimes all 3 of them put out AC voltage, sometimes the center wire does not put out AC voltage, it's just your ground, or like a switched on power going to the regulator. So it comes from somewhere else, but there's usually just 2 wires coming out of the regulator. On these fuel injected jobs, they'll have 3 wires coming out of the regulator, and all 3 wires put out AC voltage. because now we have a trio, kind of like what's in a alternator. So all of that gets sent into your regulator. So you'll go to full throttle, let the machine level out, and you'll see anywhere from 24 to 30 volts or so AC. You should get that at least 20 volts or so AC at full throttle, no matter what. Sometimes I've seen them as high as 34 volts. But they fluctuate because the engine spinning is actually what's charging. There's magnets behind that flywheel. The magnets are spinning. The field coil is stationary. Has an iron core. All of that kind of science. Sends the AC voltage out of those 2 wires, 3 wires. Check, make sure all of that's working. If you have voltage, AC voltage, fairly strong, more than 12 volts on all the wires at engine speed, full engine speed, then your stator is fine. Don't replace that. People are replacing this stuff like crazy. Another thing is, if you don't have that, it can be your magnets. You want to take your flywheel off, and I have videos for that. Check them out. Briggs & Stratton, Kawasaki, all of them pretty much work the same. There's some that are different, but I haven't ran across those yet, so I can't make a video on them. Anywho, and so if all of that is fine, then you go toward a regulator. Of course, a regulator I can show you how to test too, but on this machine, it's very difficult. Very difficult. Because, well, it's Exmark, for one, and everything changes color. And I've not seen a whole lot of accurate schematics for mowers recently, so I don't really trust them. There's a thing going around, mechanics have trust issues, definitely, because we get misled all the time. Especially with mowers, and it's way worse with mowers. It seems like nobody's regulating this stuff. So yeah, not a fan of this design. Understand why they had to do it this way, just don't particularly care for it. Hopefully this video will help you. This one's working. It is a Amazon part, and I think it's worth a shot to try some of the cheap stuff, because I mean, $200 and some odd from Kawasaki, and if the machine is causing the failure, the harness on the machine, which is also possible, they won't warranty that part. Nope, they will not warranty the part, because they will say, well, you plugged it in the machine and the machine fried it, so it's the machine's fault and not our fault, and which is understandable, should be, you understand, it's fair, but that's a big risk on someone who's not needing to spend nearly $300 on a machine that's not even theirs. So luckily my customer was willing to accept this part. Hope this helps you. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay blessed.